KreekCraft almost got arrested, some new insane Roblox updates got announced, and so much more news today. So if you're new, please subscribe and stick to the end because the news today is pretty wild. Firstly, those are the pretty amazing Roblox update coming soon. So I feel like we can all agree that playing Roblox with your friends is like good and whatever, but it's kind of weird and kind of like it's a messed up system. You either try partying up at someone, but that whole like chat feature in Roblox is kind of weird. Or you play in a private server but then there's no one else with you. Or you can just try joining your friends straight up but then most of the time the server is full. And most of the time it ends up being a big mess. But recently Roblox announced a better way to connect with your friends. And as we can see here, what they did was that they added a feature where you can just go through your friends list and click a bunch of them and invite whoever you want. And whoever you choose to invite to whatever game, they'll actually get a notification while they're in the game and they can join from that like straight up, which is pretty good and it kind of simplifies everything. And they even show the notifications can be given to someone when they're off the when they're not even on Roblox. So mobile users, for example, if someone invites them to a game, they get a notification that someone invited them to whatever game, and then when they click on that, it'll open Roblox for them and it'll open the game and whatever. So pretty good and pretty clean system. And anyways, moving to our next story, which is a new update, but a kind of a controversial one. So Roblox announced their new assistant that's going to be coming soon, and this new assistant is an AI thing. And the assistant is basically just ChatGPT, but in Roblox. And it actually works pretty insane for game development. In the examples that they showed, you can just tell the assistant to do whatever, or help you do whatever, and it will help you build it and whatever. So in the example, it says like, make me a campsite, and make their runes around it. And then you can also change textures and stuff. And in general, for developers who aren't as experienced and for a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, this is going to help them make Roblox games. Like with this feature, literally anyone can probably make a pretty decent map with like no experience needed. But here's where it gets really interesting because the Roblox assistant is not only going to be for in-game stuff. They also show that the AI assistant is going to be an off-platform thing that you can just ask questions to, and it'll try to help you as much as it can. And it's basically a way to just ask like frequently asked questions and get the information in a quicker and simpler way. So in the example that they showed, they asked the AI, like chatbot or whatever, what options do I have to monetize my game? And then they gave them like a list and then like a link to like the forums and whatever, which is pretty crazy because it's literally just ChatGPT and Roblox. But I mean, to be fair, it is pretty helpful. Like I said at the start though, this update is actually a bit controversial because even though that is good and even though it's probably pretty helpful, I've seen a lot of people saying that like it kind of kills the creativity and like the experience needed is kind of an important thing. Which I mean, yeah, to be fair, I kind of see where they're coming from because now anyone can just make a Roblox game and a map with like no experience needed, and they can just spit it out like and just keep giving prompts until it's perfect. Whereas before, someone had to model every part or like shape every part, make sure all the details are correct and stuff. But now all that's not needed. Everything you need can just be put into the prompt and they'll do it for you. So I mean, yeah, it does kind of lack creativity in a sense. And especially for people who probably like poured their heart and soul into like learning stuff like this, it probably does hurt a little bit. But to be fair, this also opens up so much opportunities for people who already have experience firstly, and also people who just want to build and mess around. I think this is a really good feature because Roblox development and stuff is really fun for people, but the major like hurdle people can never get over is learning how to like model, script and all that. So this just kind of simplifies stuff and makes it kind of easier. But then there's also the other argument of that there's no creativity and stuff. Let me know what you guys think about that. And with that being said, let's move to our next update, which could be insane for Roblox, but knowing Roblox's track record, it may be too good to be true. I already see news tweeted saying Roblox has announced their intent for improving moderation accuracy and leading to a lower chance you'll get falsely banned. You'll be able to appeal in Roblox application. Roblox VP stated, in the rare case it goes to human moderator, we're improving things there too, with improved trainings, dual reviews, and improving our training process, or our appeal process. And as we can see here, you're gonna get like a update on like why you got banned or what you got banned for, and you can appeal. And then they also said moderation as a whole in general is just better. Which honestly, if this is true, that would be incredible. Because we all know that Roblox moderation sucks. And literally every single day, someone gets falsely banned for the dumbest reason and for no reason. So making the appeal system easier and the overall moderation in general just better seems pretty well. But like I said, I feel like Roblox always says stuff like this, and they always say that like moderation stuff is gonna get better, and it just never does. So for me personally, in the circumstance, I would have to see it firsthand. Because like Roblox always can say moderation gets better and stuff, but will the moderation really improve? I guess we have to wait and see how this works though. But anyways, next we actually have a good Roblox update, like a flat out good update, no controversy. So I'm pretty sure we all probably experienced this at one point, where we buy an item or we get a new item, and when we try putting it on, it just doesn't look right on our avatar. It's either too big or too small, or it like intercepts with some other items, and it's sometimes hard to get like an item that you want perfectly to match your avatar. And well, you might not have problems anymore, because they announced that you can now move, scale, and rotate your avatar accessories, which is pretty insane. Because like, let's say you have something on like your back or whatever, and it's like being weird with like another item, you can just scale it down and move it around to make sure it's perfect. And that goes for every single accessory, which is pretty insane. This opens up so much more opportunities and so much more creativity. But also, obviously, with it being the Roblox community, I feel like people can definitely find a way to like use this to their advantage, to like maybe get like invisible avatars and stuff and like avatar glitches. But besides that, like that's gonna happen no matter what. But besides that, like in general, it's a very good update and a very useful one of that. And as we can see by the comments, everyone's saying this is amazing and everyone's so excited for it. And everyone thinks this update is a great idea, which it is. But anyways, let's move to our last story, which is pretty insane. Okay, so firstly, let me give some backstory. As you guys probably know, the reason I'm getting all this news and updates and stuff is because RDC, Roblox RDC is this weekend, or these couple of days. And if you don't know what RDC is, it's an IRL convention where Roblox invites star creators, developers, YouTube people, all into one spot to announce new updates and stuff to the platform. And KreekCraft and a bunch of other streamers were invited that year. KreekCraft announced that he's going to do an IRL stream going around RDC and just going around like San Francisco where it's taking place. And yesterday the IRL stream took place, and well, it ended pretty poorly. So KreekCraft was streaming them on like a pier or whatever, doing whatever, I don't really know to be honest. But as they're streaming live on this pier, someone came up to them, or security came up to them, saying that they're not allowed to film, and they're like getting really aggressive at them, and they're telling them to turn off the cameras, turn off the stream, shut everything down, and they're basically kicking them out, telling them that they're not allowed to stream, which is pretty crazy. But like, I'm pretty sure it's like a normal thing in America, where like if someone's filming, they just kick them off because it's like private property or something. It's pretty weird. And as we can see in the clip, KreekCraft is basically forced to end the live stream, and that's exactly what he does. And he's kind of forced to like get rid of the footage too. I mean, there's clips of it obviously, but he ended the stream, and then he also had to private the video. The video's not even up anymore, or the VOD, which is pretty insane because obviously KreekCraft had the opportunity or the chance here to actually get arrested, and people have been arrested for stuff like this in like the past. But that only would have happened if like KreekCraft resisted and he was just like, I'm not leaving and whatever. But KreekCraft made the smart decision to just like go with it and just listen to them, and then they just got kicked off the pier and whatever. But if KreekCraft resisted, they definitely would have probably arrested him or detained him at the least. And also in the clip, the person is like asking them for their information and stuff, and also like kind of saying that they're gonna get security. So they could have gone into serious trouble here, and they honestly had a chance to get arrested here, but luckily they sorted everything out and everything ended. Also in the clip, the security guard or whoever is like confiscating them keeps telling them that he wants to like confiscate their cameras and their footage, which is pretty crazy. But luckily, like I said, KreekCraft just took down the stream and stopped streaming in general and to handle the situation. And everyone was kind of freaking out about the situation. KreekCraft was even trending on Twitter because everyone's like, this is like pretty wild to see it live, especially for someone like KreekCraft who's like, you know. And in general, today was probably the most crazy and random day because like KreekCraft firstly almost got arrested, and not only KreekCraft, he was with a bunch of other popular YouTubers and streamers, so they all could have got arrested. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff going on today. And if you enjoyed, check this video where I covered all the other RDC updates, and there's some pretty insane ones in there. I'll see you in the next one.